afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Yes. Hang on, my cat's attacking my hand. Again. He's doing it again. He can't get like that at times. For some reason, he has a thing with my hands. Anyways, we're off here to a 2 vs 2 on Crossing in the Woods. In the north, it's Kimbo and Prodigilgy fighting for Germany, Deutschland. It's a Faserland. Taking on the role here of the... Stop it, Basil. First SS Panzerdivision Leipzig and Dardevest in the south, it's Doggy and TRC King fighting for the Allies. The 3rd Armoured Division backed up by elements of the 7th Armoured Division tasked with clearing out those filthy Huns occupying this particular swamplands. We got infantry here with Commando Regiment, Royal Artillery and Special Weapons versus Spearhead and Special Operations. Double section to Universal Care there for Seeking, Doggy with infantry, lots of riflemen. And Gunneries 74-2 for Kimbo. We got double full gunneries there. In the east, we got Steel Pilots rushing in, trying to disrupt Doggy's opening here by ambushing him by a large pile of wood. Catching Doggy off vehemently so. My God, the Germans, they ambush us by the wood. There's nothing sacred to them. You said wood. Shut up, Charles. Anyways, Foot and the 74 catching up the section, moving well there. Noting the way he's moving, he's probably already anticipating the British will be able to rush the point here. So instead of, trying to engage them directly, he's trying to move in there, force them to move away from the fuel point because the car point is a threat, and then dealing with them. Basically baiting them out with his maneuver, which is usually how I tend to deal with it as well. Because the Wehrmacht early on is not exactly good at attacking positions head on. Hell, generally they're not good at attacking positions head on with just 4-man teams, so you kind of sort of be a bit smarter there, trying to either force them to attack you or outmaneuver them. Folks were saying trouble in the east for the section rifle moving up there. Prodigilgies. I'm just going to call him Prod because that's a lot bloody easier. Prods. Eastern position there slightly collapsing. Universe coming up against MD42 there. Power needs to bring up section managed to unsuppress itself with the power of T. Section remaining defense of the fuel point there. Kimbo is not making amazing progress there. Dog with triple rifle Seeking with the 3rd section all the way there to back up the rest, plus the universal carrier. Running a bit back there. The universal carrier was a rather multi-platform little vehicle. It could act as a tractor, reconnaissance vehicles, troop transport, and weapons platform. So it really saw a lot of usage. And the Germans make use of the ones they captured in Dunkirk as well. Equipping some with Panzerschrecks, used as tank hunters. And some were used to, well, basically the treads were used to create the Opel Maltier. Gunneries vs. United Carrier section moving up, noting we've already got an early bolster there from Seeking. Stand-up British play there in the east. Doggy is once more right in the face of Prod's Volksgrenadiers. Gunneries MD42 trying to lock, but he's going to have to retreat. There's not a good position there for Kimbo, and that machine is going to go down. He'll have to possibly even sacrifice the Gunneries here. I was going to have to get in more troops fast here to deny the MD42 there to Seeking. Oh, Seeking makes a mistake, pushed too far ahead here. Thought he had Kimbo, but Kimbo had him, and he gets the MD42 back. They're a bit on the fortune development there for Seeking in his section there is then met with a hailstorm of bullets as 1,200 rounds per minute goes in to greet him in the face. 4th section away there for Seeking, standard British build in, particularly in team games. Doggy, not much going on there. I imagine there's some tech, and that'll be the lieutenant. In the German base, we got take up for Kimbo. We got a truck out there as well for Prodigilgy. Yeah, Prod. Just gonna stick with Prod. MD42 there. Ooh, trying to set up here. Do we have any grenades here for Seeking? No, we do not. So a bit of blessed luck there, I guess, for Kimbo. Except the section just moves past the machine gun, and he's gonna have to retreat right then and there. Otherwise, Kimbo's got some crazy maneuver in mind. Folks, they're threatening the carve point. In the east here, we got folks with a big push here from Doggy, who's had enough here. The wood will be his. And this time, through sheer violence, he claims the wood. Only then does he remember he's not playing Age of Empires anymore. He doesn't need the wood. Like to make a nice company up there for Kimbo. We got Belgroup or Mechanized Regiment up here for Prod. Medic bunk will possibly provide here by Kimbo, roughly around here to support him and his teammate. Could happen, or he might just build one for him and then one for Prod. 2-2 on the way there for Kimbo though. Prod will likely go for looks. They could also consider Puma. I mean, they're Brits on the field here. Doggy finally having broken into these swift moves ahead. As Kimbo here is getting getting support here from Prod in the meanwhile, trying to deal with Seeking, and that way then fall upon Doggy like, well, a ton of bricks. I thought I was going to say a ton of wood. Troops are reinforcing, healing back here. Troops reinforcing as well there for Kimbo. Skirmish continues here as more allied pressure piles on by the cuff point. Kim's going to retreat the Pioneers. In fact, it might even be too late by now. Noting most of the troops are taking a absolutely horrific beating. Mines down here from Prod. Doggy. Yeah, Doggy. I'm racist. No. Rearson's lieutenant up the eastern side. Grabbing points here. 2-2 there. We got more mines down there for Proddy. Very good. 2-2 falling back here. Bunker up for Kimbo. Seeking by the way, he's the only player who's yet to choose a doctrine. Less than half health there. We got Lieutenant Rearson driving up, trying to front hit the car front. Doesn't quite work. Meanwhile, though, Prod is ambushing here, well, assaulting Doggy's rifleman. Falls in the way. They're almost wiping out a full rifle squad. They've been quite good there for Prod, but sadly for him, Doggy escapes to live another day. Back here, troops waiting for that medic bunker to get ready. Nothing further happening there. Panticles could be an option. More machine guns could be an option. We got looks on the way there though for Prod, so he's not too worried about an AC or anything like that. He's going for the looks. The leichte Aufklärungspanzer. We tend to deal with Volkswagen Clubs, got of course more there. Noting they asked the Germans to have a nice fuel lead here with the Augsburg having reasonable control of both fuel points. Though the Allies are certainly working hard on undoing that. Anti-tank gun down there for Doggy. 5th car being hauled forward. Still a light tank on the way there for Doggy. Fixing up the 2-2-2. And due forward to reinforcing. 5th cavalry there being routed by an awful lot of Germans. Oh! Incendiary grenade on retreat path. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's popping a grenade and it's incendiary grenade. I'm like, just... Did anyone think that one through? Me included, of course. I'm not entirely sure what Prod you'd hope to do there. I mean, I'm guessing he was hoping to pop the infiltration grenade or so instead of pop the incendiary grenade. In which case, of course, it would have been a much more impressive move. Sandbags discarded here by Seeking as Kim moves up a load of grenadiers. We got looks coming in from the other side. We got the Sud almost down there for Doggy, and no sign of ACs there for Seeking. Of course, with looks that could change. Then again, Seeking could also just trust in Doggy's to a light tank and hope that Doggy doesn't do anything dumb with it. To make it back up the looks here, stood moving forwards here for America, freedom, and democracy. The 3rd Armoured. Going against the German infantry there, firing with its tiny little gun, getting a nice hit there on the looks. Aufklärungspanzer, plus we got here Seeking with a 6-pounder gun, bringing up more sections as he's lost some in service of the British Empire. Folks, they continue to dominate the wood against the Americans, wiping a Rearson squad, absolutely valiantly hold the wood. And a light machine gun drops. Can the Germans get close enough? They're going to try and make the move with Doggy, of course, trying to deny the light machine gun to his opponent. But there we go. Prod valiantly abandons his position by the wood to make a run here for the Browning light machine gun. He's close, but he's not moving it. Ah, no. Doggy's going to get back the light machine gun. He's popping the incendiary grenade again. Still, he pushed back his opponent, almost took out the 5th. No, he actually took it out. An even greater prize. Was this the Prod's plan all along? I don't know, but I'd say a 50 caliber beats a 30 caliber. Big push here from Seeking through the center, straight into the mines. 2-2 abandon. That's a bit of an unfortunate development there for Kimbo. And the first SS mine goes off, killing and maiming numerous British infantrymen, shocking the rest as they are traumatized with the sight of their friends having their arms and legs blown off. Still moving up here, Puma halfway down there for Prod. Another section away there for Seeking. The British Empire is pouring in more troops here. Despite at this stage of the war, they were suffering from severe manpower issues. Puma almost down there for Prod. Kimbo will have to see what he goes for next. Panzer Grenadiers take up for medium armor. Who knows? Seeking remains without a doctrine here as we approach the 10-minute mark. Grabbing the eastern munitions. Prod continues to hold the wood. The wood is diminishing. As Doggy launches another assault to reclaim the wood. In this case, I'd say it's a bit of an ill... Oh, he caused the full troops got stood moving in there. An interesting move there by Doggy. He apparently did not expect the 50 caliber by the wood. And now the Puma's going to come turn this into complete morass here for Doggy. Truly the wood will haunt Doggy's dreams for decades to come. Up north here, we got lots of folks in the rest of the section in a pretty bad spot there. You could, well, he's not rushing in. I was going to maybe take out the shooting and then taking out the ambulance. Though note here the way Dog is positioning, it becomes a lot harder for an opponent just to sneak up and sort of shoot it. He has to sort of get in here and then shoot it that way. So it's actually a reasonably smart positioning there by Doggy and how he's positioned ambulance. Thumbs up there to Doggy. And I did actually give an actual thumbs up there. Someone asked me when I would say thumbs up, do you give a thumbs up? And yes, occasionally I do give a thumbs up. Sometimes I don't, but you know, most of the time when I say I give a thumbs up, I'm giving an actual thumbs up. In fact, my thumb is up right now for Doggy. Anyways, rather than fought there, lots of light machine stuff for Doggy. A huge grenade assault. This time he pops the right grenades. 50 caliber remains in position by the wood. Going to be here by the carve points. Watching their cover slowly crumble away under fire here from Sea King. And there you go, 50 caliber position by the wood is being outmaneuvered by Doggy. Doggy this time around though has learned. Even an old Doggy can learn new tricks, it seems. The Malaysia continue to move forwards there. And there you go, carve point hit. Allies still in the back for the against the Germans, against the third SS, who continue up with an absolutely aggressive advance here. Section almost being to try to grab the Entertainer, and the Entertainer is being rapidly cleared out under ruthless, hazardous machine gun fire from the Germans. Lux rolls up here, further threatening there. Puma moving up here, recruiting the Entertainer. Still need to deal with the Grenadiers. Section pushing forward here, they have to risk it all. And there you go, rough grenade, fusillade, volleys flying at the Entertainer. British soldiers are dropping like overly fat British flies. But now Doggy is trying to turn the tail around. They're having dispatch Prod. He sneaks up here behind Kimbo and Prod's positions. Excellent work there. Trying to destroy the anti-tank here. Sea King is trying to have none of it, but he's not getting an easy time out here thanks to Prod's armoured cars. But there you go. Puma's pushed back, opening up the anti-tank, except most of the infantry can't get close thanks to the Lux with 12 kills, actually 2 already. Still, Puma's been driven off. Stuart's going to move in to try and then clear out the Lux. An absolutely aggressive raid here by Kimbo and Prod has left the Allies in a horrid state. And there you go. Puma's beginning to try and get closer with the anti-tank rocket grenades. Lux is almost down. Anti-tank sappers moving up there. Could try and pop an anti-tank grenade. Well, just regular sappers. Almost got it. Almost. No, he's focusing down the Puma. He should be taking out the Lux. And the Lux is still out. Puma, though, taking heavy damage here. They're both stuck in the base, though, with damaged engines. Lux is down. Puma's going to go down in a few seconds relative to their machine gun. And there we go. But even as they took it all out. Oh, the Lux is abandoned. Huge swarm here from Prod there. Possibly try and clear it out. And there we go. Kimbo's anti-tank and ensures the British do not get to enjoy the spoils of war. Absolutely brutal stuff here. The Allies, though, still finding they're not giving up. But the Germans are damn well trying their hardest to make sure they do give up. Harrowing stuff here. And heroic, of course, defense here by Doggy and Sea King so far. Except at the wood. Folks, they're being murdered. Slowly need to retreat here. I think actually they don't need to slow retreat. They need to retreat now. Anti-tank machine gun here holding up across the road. But they in a bad position. They actually could risk losing the Pack 40. That'd be a pretty bad move for Kimbo. Whereas Bali's checked straight for tier 4. And we got the Schwer Punch going up here by the fuel point in the west. So the Germans sitting up there for the big panzers. And Prod is not just stalling for a command panther. The fuel point could only help him out good there. Machine gun setting up massive swarm here for the Allies. They finally burst out like a dam crumbling under the sheer weight of democracy now pouring through. Back here, troops in and enforcing. Kimbo's likely to go for Sturm Punch to blow apart all of this Allied infantry and taking their guts silenced. The Allies continue forwards like a tide of freedom. In the east, machine gun Sturm Pioneers there. Going there for the cuff punch. There goes Schwer Punch called his flank to the anti-tank. Well, is on the flank of the anti-tank and clears it out. Orbison squad number 1 almost done there for Prod. We'll have to see what he upgrades some with light machine guns. So there we go, Infantry Sturmgewehrs. Troops moving out here for Prod. Back here, troops sitting enforcing for Kimbo. Looks like he may not actually be going for the Sturm Punch, but could be setting up for a Panther, worried about Allied tanks. Sea King by way here at the almost 15-minute mark has yet to choose a doctrine. We also think noting none of the Allied players think has to take that for medium armor as of yet. So at least in Seeking's case, this could certainly indicate he's going for special weapons, not so much because, you know, of a wild choice, but because he feels forced to go for the crocodile here. Love to see how that works out. Obviously on squad number 2 ready. First one, they almost got the light assault rifles. There we go. Both squads can be equipped with assault rifles. They're going to be quite effective. You get 2 Orbison squads with assault rifles. They can actually chew through infantry really fast, in particular with the veterancy. Then they can go through them really fast. It's a bit of a rarer tactic, but it can be an efficient one, though obviously it is expensive. Nope, Kimbo does go for the Sturmpanzer here, focusing on murdering as much infantry as he can, as explosively as he can. And nice use there of the Con's Zoflat to get the idea there what the Allies are up to, supporting his team of course as well. They're going to take court here by the Orbison as they advance furiously for the fatherland. Section up here, block seeking, trying to save Doggy's anti-tank gun. 50 caliber on the way there for Doggy to have to deal with all the German infantry. Mines being laid down into to protect the car front against another massive super German push from Kimbo and Prod. Sturmpanzer few moving out here. Lots of folks going to see it versus the riflemen by the victory point. Grabbing the eastern field point here with the lieutenant. Sturmpanzer blaster their poor sword. Sabs it caught. Noting no mines was here for the Germans. They're not anticipating Allied mines because they've been so much in the offensive. Sabs almost taken out here by the Sturmpanzer. 6 pound coming out. There you go, hits a mine right in the front of it. Immediately using the armor piercing rounds there to increase the penetration against the Sturmpanzer. Full good move there by Doggy. Nice sharp reaction there. Sturmpanzer trying to blast through stuff there, entertaining fast away. They're going to leave trying to hit, but they're caught by 50 caliber machine guns and possibly other machine guns. Pretty much holding there, and he might actually lose his Sturmpanzer here. And the Sturmpanzer goes down. A debilitating and slightly awkward loss there for Kimbo, his mighty Sturmpanzer. The fruit of all his aggressive pushes has been incinerated. And he's actually now shorting a lot of stuff there because he poured so much manpower into that. He's got not a lot else to back up his stuff with. So right now, Kimbo's quite exposed, leaving Prod here to do most of the work with his double orbital dart and whatever kind of tank he intends to go for. Definitely, though, not a great development there for the German army. And there you go, Orbison caught here by the 5th caliber, proving itself quite as useful there as the Allies for the Allies as always. And there you go, 6 Pack 40 being used in fact here to blast apart Prod's Schwerpanzer quarters, punishing for extending like that. And we've got artillery caught in there by Doggy. They are definitely showing that one goes down very, very, very fast. Orbison then managed to get out of the suppressor fire. The 5th caliber moving ahead here. The assault rifles just laying down hyper accurate fire. Schwerpanzer quarters still standing. They should definitely get some pioneers to fix that one up. 6 pound gun being hold forwards, but there you go again. Orbital darting in the way. Sappers section moving in. 50 caliber there, not is turning them out. There we go. One troop managed to get out there. The others retreat. No pioneers so far on the move here to repair the Schwerpanzer quarters. That really should be a priority there for Kimbo and even Prod. Well, Prod and even Kimbo. Obviously, it's not Kimbo's job to repair Prod's stuff, but he would benefit, I think, from it. In these Sturm pioneers under assault again is no longer holding the wood. The fuel point is much more easily accessible there by Doggy and his merry band of marauders. Folks moving up, he catches the rifle and noting no upgrades here for Prods. Folks, one of these a bit interesting. Most players at this stage would have gone for assault rifles for them, but Prod, for whatever reason, seems less than keen on that. 50 caliber there, quickly halting Prod's assault in the east and the west. Gun is moving up. He needs to reclaim that machine gun again to deny it once more to the hands of the Allies. Kimbo there, I think, needs to reconsider his tactics at the moment. He can also go for a Tiger, though. It's going to be some time before he can call it in. Section there getting hammered with machine gun fire, light and heavy. There you go, artillery called in here by one section there with some pyrotechnic supplies. Schwerpanzer quarters is worth noting has still not been repaired. But there you go, Panzerwart here for Prod for the 1st SS. Folks are being pushed back by an awful lot of light machine guns and a few heavies. And there you go, 5th cover there moving up with Orbison and the Panzer IV. That threatens to completely collapse Doggy's position, which have no anti-tank weapons in the slightest for now. Of course, as soon as Doggy sees that, he is quick to repositioned to meet the German armoured assault head on, which is definitely the right approach. Because things get much more ugly for Doggy if Prod once more gains control of the wood. Lieutenant push back there. Troops reinforcing. Panzer over there for Kimbo. That's never going to stall down any potential Tiger antics. A Sturmpanzer, Panther, whatever he plans for. Don't think a plan for that soon enough. Seeking bar away here. Closing in on the 21, 22, 23 minute mark. You're right, the 20 minute mark by the way. And we still got no doctrine. Usually want a doctrine before the 20 minute mark. And of course, with every minute passing, 23, you really want it. So that's definitely seeming a bit more awkward here for Seeking. I mean, it's overall looking like he wants to call him the Crocodile. The only bar here that Prod's Panzer IV got a bit too extended. Still, he managed to get the anti-tank gun. Of course, other anti-tank guns can be hold forts. And with this, Prod's Panzer IV push will get punished. And he gets abandoned. He's actually had a few vehicle abandons there against the Allies. There we go. They're flanking the Americans via the wood. Doggy, though, is quick to return his gaze towards the wood. Fifth color cleared out there. Maybe finding in shoes by the wood as Kimbo makes a big push for the center with lots of grenadiers. Panzer backing things up. Get to fire single barrage. Anti-tank and then he's cleared out. And we got a grenade off it. Oh. He's trying to destroy the the Panzer IV. Running out for the centre. Panzer still not firing. What is Kimbo planning? One wonders. I mean, he could consider building a fuel cache, by the way. And that's going to be the end of the Panzer IV here. Yup. Consider staying up the fifth color by the wood again, but he has to fall back as Doggy moves ahead, dissuading any attempt to claim the wood. Panzer finally firing here. We've got a huge lump of British infantry nicely sort of set up. We'll have to see if he aims it well enough to sort of try and catch him on the retreat. Anticipating that maybe? No. Our 8 section there routed at the very least. Need to reclaim the western field, but of course where the Schwerpanzer quarters is now gone, ensuring that Prodi can now really call in the Command Panther. We could have set up, and there you go. Special Weapons Regiment. In the end, not a particular surprise for anyone except perhaps Seeking. Since obviously, at this stage, no doctrine, no tech. I mean, he's obviously going to go for a Crocodile. Back here, troops enemy enforcing for Kimbo. Lieutenant Major and 5th Cavalry moving up here. It's jump on the big express. Got 5th Cavalry up in the Americans in return. Booby traps on the fuel point. Very nice work there by Prod. Very nice. He's going to try and flank up behind it. Can he get in town there with the Obersoldat? Major there stalling in the way. Of course, get rid of their 5th Cavalry. The way to the wood is once more open for Prod and the 1st SS. Returning a lot of trouble with machine gun fire, Obersoldat and everything else. Complete collapse of Doggy's flank again, leaving Seeking to hold the centre and the west quite valiantly as the Germans launch another ruthless and ceaseless assault. Panther is almost good to get fire again. Hopefully this time around Kimbo will have a bit of a more actual impact. Chile called in here to disrupt Prod's advance into the centre, as in the east, Doggy counterattacks. Grenadiers moving up here for Kimbo for Germany. Focus on the heavy fire, 5th Cavalry out with the riflemen, suppress them, but we've got a massive horde of British infantry from Seeking. Grenadiers moving up here for the cut-off point as the others hit the fuel point on the west. Very good there. Nothing for the gun in Kimbo's space. It could be another Sturmpanzer, it could be a Panther, it could be a Tiger. There's overall 3 major options there for Kimbo. Tiger would obviously be right now the, shall we say, centre pick between a Panther or a Sturmpanzer. Not quite as good as either in the, one or either way, but reasonably well positioned to do the job of both to an extent. Kimbo, though, is suffering cataclysmic losses here, losing numerous Grenadier escorts in a short amount of time here, underestimating Seeking's tenacity in mining, and still hasn't gone for a single mine, so that's definitely, I think, a bit of an oversight there. And there we go. Seeking has the Crocodile up. The Germans are going to be in a really tough spot because they got a single anti-tank gun to stop the Crocodile, which is usually very good at countering anti-tank guns. So While the Germans do have a few edges, they are going to need some serious firepower to stop the crocodile, or they're going to get absolutely buried.
The capture point is being overrun.
Then using the fun, we got the Pack 40 there. No target weak point, by the way, so it's going to get a lot harder to stop that one. I mean, he could panther fast and hope for the best here, but it seems like Seeking there is being a bit cautious, which is not a bad idea. I mean, Kimbo could have laid down Telemines and he gets caught on a Telemine from the Pack 40. There's obviously the possibility here that, you know, well, a good possibility, and he dies. Shummering here for Doggy, so he has to take that from him. Very good. Hammering around those naughty, naughty Nazis. Crocker moves up here, could threaten a lot of prods. Infantry here on retreat, scorch them, burn them to a crisp. You could even drop them to the base and just burn them within the base confines, possibly. But obviously a bit ambitious. There you go, Pack 40 flanks. Panther on the way there for Kimbo. No waiting for the tiger. The situation with a crocodile out does not allow waiting for a tiger, and you can understand why. In the west, moving up here again to get points there. Crocodile down to less than half health. And Doggy Sherman set out. But another machine away for Doggy. Lost his 50 caliber, but at the end they are quite good. And certainly can do a lot to sort of disrupt German infantry movements. 50 caliber half, or Panther halfway done there for Kimbo. There's no 50 caliber machine gun. At least not last time I checked. Prod is more or less just blobbing up his stuff here. I imagine he's going to go for the Command Panther, the defeated Panzerwagen, which would then give the Germans a total of 2 Panthers between the two forces. Panther firing again here, unleashing hell against suspected Allied position. Actually getting some kills this time around, which is good. Oh, yeah, Panther is out here for Kimbo for the first SS Panzerkampfwagen 5. Pride of Safasland. And Prod here can go for the Command Panther as well. So now the Allies are in a bit for a rough ride again as the Germans bring up the finest in German engineering, if you ignore all the mechanical flaws, because the Panthers were quite prone to breaking down. Panther unfortunately going for the Crocodile, and to tank it backing up, he damages the Panther still gets the Crocodile. A nice kill there for Kimbo. Of course, that was quite heavy damage. And there goes second Panther moving up, engaging Doggy's positions. He's got one at 10 and he goes up here. Good work there. Command Panther was ready, trying to try and egg up, but Prod here could make the same mistake he's already done a few times, which is extend his armor too far and be unable to extract it. But this time around, it seems like Prod has learned his lesson. He tries to get the Panther out there on time, though he's still blobbing about his infantry, relying a lot there on just raw power, and well, hoping that his men don't die too badly. There you go, force weight. Command Panther escapes, but did manage to avoid having its engine damage. Panther being repaired here. No repair parties out there for Prod. He could definitely consider that. Another shot away there for Doggy. Inch enough versus 2 Panthers. You'd figure you'd go maybe for Jackson, but Doggy here seems quite confident he's anti-tank, and then his Shermans can handle the Panther threat. Possibly because he's in control of the wood, giving him the mental fortitude he needs to withstand the might of the Third Reich. But he just lost his anti-tank into a nice Panther barrage here from Kimbo. But he of course can recruit, but still that's a bit awkward. In the west here, finally has got a massive British push here. A huge tide of British infantry pouring through. Panther unfortunately fixed up here, going... I'm not entirely sure what he's going for, except right for the anti-tank guns and then stopping up in front of them, which is definitely not optimal Panther play, and he quickly suffers heavy damage there from the 2 anti-tank guns as they pierce the 80mm of sloped armour. Anti-tank will quickly that as well. That's definitely a bit of loss. They're going for the sections here. They do not have any anti-tank, which of course they now have a stolen Pack 40. But there you go, crushes so many sections. Members, not sections, but your members. Ooh, 12! Good lord! I mean, obviously he didn't kill a total of 12 there, but he killed a lot. I mean, that was roughly fishers. They just squished down to just that many. 1, 2, and that's a total of 15. Actually, he might almost squish till. I'd probably say that was 10. Oh, very nice work there by Kimbo. Jumping up here, the German lines under a bit of disarray there, so the Allies continue to prove to be elusive and stubborn prey. 50 cover there by the Eastern Victory Point being routed, got 261 versus 206. Panther moving up again. Prot and continue to move out his infantry and hordes. Panther pulling back for repairs, and the East moving up there as well to grab territory. There you go, Panther drive off, trying to take out stuff, then Seeking space, hoping to actually get some kills, but Seeking is too fast, and in this case, with the distance there, he has enough reaction time to get his men out of the way. Another entertaining there for Doggy to help deal with the German armoured threat. Good decision there, I think. As for Seeking, I mean, taking up will not be a bad idea, but at this stage I'd not be surprised to just see him try and go for another crocodile here versus the Germans. Shamming up the eastern side, pushing back the orbital and the focus going to be here. Command Panther can block this Allied armoured assault. Another push here with the infantry. Back in Kimbo's side of the base, nothing further happening. He just seems to be stalling, he's waiting. Possibly for another Panther, possibly Sturmpanzer, possibly he's going for the Tiger tank this time around. Big push here from Seeking into the west. We've got a machine gun holding up here, ace level. Very good there for Kimbo. Bank up going up here, but the machine center holding up things, simply getting flanked in. There you go, artillery called in there by Seeking. Very nice. Nobody's also gone for grenades. Got a few infantry men being left for both Prod and Kimbo to deal with this British assault as the right side seems to turn into an absolute anti-tank zone with 4 anti-tank guns. That's going to require some serious artillery or a massive infantry push, or just a really well-coordinated infantry armor artillery assault with smoke screens. But it won't be suicidal to charge any tank head-on and then proceed to do exactly that. Almost taking out the Panther there before he can get away there. I'm managing a bit of a lesson there for Prod. The West machine continues to defend despite the house being obliterated. Bunker stands for the fatherland. Repairs happening back here. Repair pioneers still haven't happened. Panther has got some time to go. Kimbo, it seems at this point, is going for the Tiger tank to turn the tide against the Allied vermin. Sherman anti-tanks moving up in the west, opposite on a bit of trouble. He's got to probably use the anti-tankers to clear out the bunkers swiftly. Got the Panther moving up here, halfway to Victory 2. That's going to force the anti-tank to precision deal with the Panther and save the Sherman. Oh, he's about to hit a mine right from the anti-tank guns. That's bad. Doesn't even get the Sherman. This is dreadful there for Kimbo. Absolutely dreadful. Underestimating again the Allied tenacity for mining. Trying to get the Sherman and instead lost the Panther. That is an amazing trade-off there for the Allies. Horrible for Kimbo. Horrible. He's just desperately trying to get it out of there. Promise the Sabres are hot on the heels of the Panther slows down for him 1 second. It's going to get hit by an anti-tank rifle in it, which will surely destroy it. He's got not enough infantry about to support because Kimbo's chronically strong infantry. There we go. It happened. Just that one moment of slowdown. It gets abandoned though, but can he salvage it? Like, you know, crocodile called in the area to sort of certainly ensure it cannot be reclaimed. And shambling up, going into a bit of trouble, might have to destroy those. And there you go. Seeking did it. Probably because he was worried that Kimbo might somehow get it back. In the east, Prot and Doggy fighting out as always. And Sherman finally goes down, or at least a Sherman goes down, but still not really a good trait for Kimbo, who finally calls in the Tiger tank to somehow turn the tide against the Allies. More in their favour, that is. 164 versus 247. Ooh, machine gun wiped out here by Seeking's Crocodile. Pack 40 cleared out as well. Command Panther moving up to help deal with it. That's definitely going to be necessary. And we caught coordinated fire. Tiger tank is moving headed. Can they stop this though? Crocodile down to less than half health. Anti-tank turning up, they're fighting for the woods. Tiger tank up, Pioneers moving in as well there. In the east, Doggy can remain in the defense here with the Sherman being repaired there by the wood. Tiger tank moving up, there we go, taking back to the Command Panthers. Alright, and there you go. Command Panther takes that more or less on its own. Seeking's position, they might be a bit exposed here to the Tiger tank, though we've got several anti-tankers now working together, which could stop the Tiger tank in its tracks. Noting Kimbo that was taking severe losses. He needs more infantry badly, and I'd honestly recommend some panzer grenadiers. Command Panther escaping here for Prod and for Germany. Doggy going for another Sherman here. Believing in the power of the M4A3. And another track there for Prod. Likely going to be a battle group headquarters. Could be a server there for the King Tiger. Or another Scrap Hunter quarters. Chance up for more medium armor to back it up. I mean, there's a few possibilities there for Prod. And send me the Command Panther out. I mean, King Tiger's not going to happen anyway. So it could be a Scrap Hunter's quarters. We'll have to see. And the East continues sort of crewing about, skirmishing, capturing of points. We've got 164 versus 214. Certainly been a brutal fight here between the two sides. But I imagine heavy casualties on both. Grabbing the Eastern victory point, moving ahead. Like Kevin there in line and wait for Prod. Second probably going to use as Kimbo stands to replace some of the infantry losses he suffered in fighting against the Allies in the East. Sherman there tearing through Prod infantry. But obviously they're stopped here as they have no immediate anti-tank support. The Panther's still being repaired. Noting still no repair pioneers for Prod. That definitely seems like a bit of an oversight. Major there with a light machine gun. Now you'll see me why they call me Major Browning. Shermaning up here, gauging the grenadiers, Major push back. Bridging me to further sort of plaque the gap there in the west. We got the target tank moving forwards. Infantry support in the form pioneers moving up. Grenadiers are well routed. And there you go, straight to the anti-tank guns. Kimbo there popping smoke on the target tank. Very good idea there. Hits the tank which failed to damage the engine. That is actually exceedingly rare. That can happen. I just usually typically see it more on allied heavy tanks than some I know fail with the tank penetrating and not damaging the engine. Either way, the target escapes here. 3 kills. So this was a section in the east here. We got Sherman falling up with the Command Panther falling back. Troops there pinned down, suppressed, not feeling too well. Sappers rival grenadiers, Tiger taking there, skirmishing out. Not really getting a lot of value out of that Tiger though for Kimbo. It's trying to sort of really make a mark behind the Allies. But certainly it's a part of say the map here, which again is very narrow. It has essentially like 3 major choke points, if you will, is how I like to describe it. Which tend to make it very difficult to maneuver armor. Rather requires you to have a good handling of smoke actively. Like a mortar with some smokes, and that would be great for Kimbo. So to help neutralize them tank guns temporarily and then allow them to rush them. But sadly, no mortars and no line guns are there for Kimbo. Who set up another Spearheard puncher quarters there. Very good. We got 92 versus 214. Looks like the Germans are very much on the losing end of the spectrum. Despite taking out 2 crocodiles, despite initial great successes, they are struggling. They are not quite having the impact they would hope to. Part of that is just simply the sheer amount of anti-tanks to make it hard for the Germans to use their armor effectively. And their, well, lack of counters to that. And so on a smaller map like this is kind of where mortars or any other, smoke laying ability can be quite crucial. But it can be difficult when everything's with heat tank to get them set it up, so obviously I understand to an extent why Kimbo isn't doing it, but it will still probably at this stage be my best suggestion. Get a mortar out, lay some smoke screens, get some assault infantry in the form of panzer gunners and charge the bastards and cut them down. Center victory point claim, being getting the eastern one. Sherman down.
We just lost a medium tank.
79 Mr. 214. Artillery fire raining down in the mechanized regular. Not that's going to matter too much since probably hasn't done much with it anymore, and well, still no repair pioneer, so I mean it's not like he's losing a lot there. And there you go. Prod finally reclaims the wood from the Americans. The 10-4 to the 50 cover here. Preventing him from grabbing the entertainment, doing anything else. Got artillery called in here by Doggy's Major, calling in artillery on the wood. On the wood. A sad day for Doggy. Ground the centre of the section, the West troops moving up here. Seeking is going to be quite a tenacious and pugnacious opponent here for Kimbo. His lack of infantry again is making it harder for him to have any progress over all the infantry sections. 29, 21, 31. 19, they do have some heavy killing power there. So they're just hunting down Obersoldaten. Panzer over there with 0 kills. Target tank fixed up once more there, and we got the anti-tanks waiting as always. In fact, there's now 3 of them, making these even more hazardous for Kimbo. And there's also mines down again. Smokes is honestly really critical, but really good defense there by Seeking. Thorough, and of course very good at disrupting these kind of armored assaults. We got the Panther flying down, taking out some of the things, but the problem is the Tiger's in at a bad spot. So then a bit of smoke that does help, and the artillery support also helps out a bit, but even then it's not exactly the wisest assault there, but it poured through here versus Seeking, who we will see allows done quite well than sitting up in defense there. Maybe could have done with a bit more now where the anti-tanks are cleared out there, with exception of one machine in there also in a bad spot. Almost got the remaining anti-tank, that'll be Seeking quite exposed. More mines going off, the stalling, the infantry assault. Tiger tank trying to take it out, it's not going to be able to do it. The 6-pounder gun will take out the Tiger tank, it is abandoned still. In the end, Seeking's defense proved formidable enough, and he's calling in artillery. He's ensuring that Kimbo can't reclaim the Tiger tank. Well played there by Seeking. Thumbs up. Fogs being pushed back here with the lieutenant in the centre. In the east, pushing up here as well. There's good risk being taken out on retreat here by all of the artillery if they're not careful. There you go. Going to be annihilated. And the entire assault collapses incredibly faster, leaving Kimbo with nothing to really show for the heavy damage and casualties he took in assaulting the place, except maybe one anti-tank gun. Which is up the two anti-tanks, and it looks like this one's going to be lost here very fast, putting risk losing the other one, so that even then he's not made any sort of major gains there versus Seeking in the long run, possibly. 5th of 199, the situation remains very tense here between the Allies and the Germans, so with the Allies definitely having the victory point advantage, even they are taking some intense beatings, and we got artillery called in somewhere here by Doggy, possibly on the German position by the central victory point. Looks like Prot hasn't realised quite what's going on there, but soon will. Okay, got out of the way there. Sherman Grissom bring up these and start strength like Kidnappers. Not enough in support here for Doggy. Could throw in smokes in there from the Sherman, then charge. Command Panther there, halfway to fetching 3 moving eastwards. Seeking calling in another Crocodile. No tech for Seeking. No tech. Grenade here. Panther moving about, halfway to fetch into 3 still. Hasn't made much more of an impact. We got 57 versus 197. Oh, Command Panther hits a mine. Thankfully for them, none of the many Allied tank guns are, well, most of them have actually been cleared out, and the remaining one is not about this. There might still be a chance here for the Germans to turn this around, though it is as they start to get close. More mines going off here, troop caught in the machine gun hammering away there, or just light machine guns. Though heavier ones with anti-tank supporters moving up. Fogs being annihilated, Panther moving ahead here, halfway to Destiny 3. Crocodile moving through the lines, Panther escapes here, blitzing off into the distance. Coordinating found the Command Panther, very nice, continue pushing here in the west by Seeking. Doggy with the Sherman moving about here, possibly awaiting repair stamps in the Command Panther. We got 57 versus 174. Kimbo routed from the western half of the map here. Brutal stuff. Very brutal stuff. Right, I'm there going to tank catching here the Panther with arm piercing rounds as well there. Panther down to less than half health. Pushing up the eastern side here. Prots all of a sudden here caught by the wood and are routed from the wood. Onto that push back here, Cromwell moving ahead. Crocodile moving ahead here, pretty bold move. He's trying to take out the Command Panther, which should be careful not to risk it. I mean, he should probably not learn that from Prod, not to extend his tanks into silly adventures. Sherman moving eastwards here. Another Sherman away there for Doggy, 164 versus 51. Pretend they're clearing out the 5th cover, could take out the Kimbo as well, and then grab the 5th cover, trying to get back against the Germans. 48 versus under 64. This is starting to look really bad for the Germans. They look like they were on the return to making a comeback, but in the end, found themselves kneed in the groin by freedom. Rather than holding up here with a heavy light machine fire, we got 41 kills on them. Good God. 41 kills. 38 points left. 36. German sitting out here. 30 feet. Panther moving forwards. 30 points. Sounds like really grim here with the Germans. Unit wiped out by the looks of it. 27. Artillery called in. Appeared to try and block any movement towards the centre victory point. Grenades off as well there. Crocodile moving up to help defend. Push for the eastern one there. Sherman goes down, leaving only one to deal with command panther. There you go. G. And Kimbo drops out, leaving I imagine probably to soon leave as well. I guess at least, you know, without the last bit, we'll just rush through it. GG there from Doggy. And GG, game over. A loss here for the German army. A victory for the Allies at a high cost here, though. Heavy losses on both sides. In fact, the Allies lost more men than the Germans. Kimbo was really somewhat efficient there, as Prot was in long run relied a lot on just mass infantry tactics. So it was a brutal fighting there. In the end, though, I think Kimbo partly, made a few mistakes. He put at times too far. They lost some crucial elements like that Panther and a rather silly dash, and the Sturmpanzer also very quickly went down. Plus, I think he should have gone for Panther as the fight went on there to better support his troops, and a mortar with the smoke, but also done Kimbo a lot of good. Prot there did well. They relied, I think, too much on blob tactics, and also had a tendency of throwing his arm away there. So I think I would say, to an extent, undercut the Germans in the long run. As the Allies, certainly held up. We're very stubborn about it. Slowly but surely wore down the Germans, exploiting the mistakes, and then pushed it. It's a very stable, I would say, safe play there by the Allies. Overall, a nice 2-2 there. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. And if you like what I do, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the description. This is Imperial Links. Cheers. Thanks for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope you see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.